Hello, people. This is Soku, as you know. Um, and if you don't know, welcome. I appreciate your watching my video, supporting my videos. Make sure you check out my other videos. Uh, they're either on the side or below, depending on where you're. But the purpose of this video is about a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, I was heading into work. I was a little late. But I was at the point where I was going to be right on time. I was running late for me because I'm usually about at least a half hour early to work. Uh, so I'm running to work or whatever, and I pull up. And if you guys know, I work in Philly. It's a hard place to park downtown Philly, center city, Philadelphia. And so I pull in off the bridge, and I'm looking for somewhere to park. I stop. I get stopped at a light, getting ready to turn a corner, and this guy comes up to my car. I'm driving past him and he's asking for money or whatever on the corner. And, I was driving and, blasting my music, getting my jams on and whatever. So my windows are down because it was kind of warm this day. And so this dude kind of like sticks his head in my window on the passenger side, like damn near, and says, a few cents is not gonna hurt you or something to that nature. Um, and I go, because at this point I'm a little weirded out by the audacity. He has the audacity to stick his head in my car, and I'm like, what the fuck? So, and I don't know what he's gonna do, but so I go. He goes. A few cents is not gonna hurt. Is not gonna make or break you, my brother, or something like that. Like whatever. And I look at him and I said, and I turned my radio off because he came like to my car, so I wanted to hear. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And so he goes, he does that, stands there, and I go, who is to say I have a few cents to give you? And he looks at me like dumbfounded and goes to give me a pound or whatever, and I'm like, I'm good. He's like, bless you, bless you. He's like, you're right, bless you. Whatever. So, light changes, I keep it rolling. He continues to do his bum bitch begging shit. And nothing against homeless people. You guys know I am like, for anyone who knows me knows my plight for the homeless person. I hate to see anyone hungry. I've been there. I've never been on the street homeless, but pretty much been close to it throughout my life. And so I would never want to see anyone have that happen to them. And so I'm very generous to homeless people, more so than most people. Not every single time I see them, because you can't help everybody. But I do help very frequently, and that's not to get any credit or anything, but just to lay a backdrop, give you some info, and hopefully inspire you to give when you can as well. But anyway, so I go park, and I parked a little. I found a parking space that wasn't too far from where he was. I would have had to backtrack to see him or whatever. So I decided in my head, like, because this whole situation like kind of bothered me and resonated with me, and I took it in myself as a lesson, as a way to give him a lesson on. Don't assume you know anyone's situation. Don't assume that because I'm driving a car and I'm not sleeping on the street with you, that my situation is all peachy keen and that I have money to give to you. Because yeah, I have a job. Yes, I drive a car. I live somewhere. But for all you know, every single dime that I have is going towards that. There are working poor in the United States. And anyone who doesn't know that is very ignorant. So just because I look well kept or whatever doesn't mean that I'm not fucking struggling, which I am. I mean, I'm eating and all and everything, but truth be told, shit is not, where it should be. But I am surviving. So I took it in I took this opportunity to I was like, you know what, I have a couple of dollars. I had like $2. I usually generally don't carry cash on me, but I had $2 in cash, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this gentleman this money, but he's gonna listen to me. I was like, I'm gonna be a few minutes late for work, but this could be a point where you could change somebody's life. And I'm very much a believer in the fact that people come into your life for a reason, whether it's for a minute, an hour, a day, a year, a lifetime. They come into your life for a reason. And a lot of times when I feel something so strongly and profoundly, I go forward with it. And I felt the need to talk to him and get this message across to him that you don't judge people by their appearance. Don't assume that you know someone's situation. So with that, I I went and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give him these $2. I'm like, I'm gonna be late for work, but it's only gonna be a couple minutes. No big deal. So I go over to him. I go talk to him or whatever, and I'm like, excuse me, whatever. He's asking other cars for money, whatever. Somebody gives him food, and I see him. He takes the food kindly, whatever. They go on about their business, and he starts throwing it. And at first I thought he was throwing it at me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I realized like he never even looked at me. I was too far away from him to even actually see me, even though I'm yelling. But this traffic and shit, and he's throwing food or whatever, and I'm like, hey, whatever. And I'm like, maybe something. I don't know. I was like, maybe it was just so absurd to me that I was like, maybe I'm misunderstanding this for some reason. Maybe he's throwing it to the side so he can get it later or whatever. Which, looking back, and even in the moment, I knew, like, my brain was trying to make sense of the situation, but it was obvious he was throwing that shit away. Like, he didn't give a shit. And as you people may know, a lot of you may know, and I don't let this affect me and me giving to people, but there are a lot of people out there begging for money, saying they need food and they're homeless and they want something to eat or whatever, but they're going to go get drugs or get something to drink or whatever. And that's their business. You're homeless. However you cope is your business. Like, that's you. If I decide to help you, I'm not worried about what you're doing with the money. I'm helping you because it's in my heart to help you. And what you choose to do with it, that's between you and your God. You know what I mean? So I'm still trying to get his attention. Like, he's throwing food. Somebody gave him cans of food. Out of their fucking money, this person could have nothing. Like, I've given people my last dollar. I've been hungry and given people, like, food I have. I always carry snacks with me and stuff. So I've given people food I've had so that they can eat because I know that there's a way for me to get something to eat. Yeah, I'm hungry right now. This person could have been hungry for days, you know? And I'm lucky enough and blessed enough to not be in that situation. So I choose to give when I can. So with that, I'm just thinking, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he's throwing food. People are giving him food. You're asking for food or money for food, whatever. And people are giving you food. Sometimes people don't have the money to give you. Sometimes I have an apple on me, a banana, some cookies, something. I'll give that to you if you want it, if you need it. But I may not have $1 on me, a quarter on me, a penny. I may not have a damn cent to my fucking name. But I'm giving because I want to help. So I see this and I'm standing there and I'm like so perplexed by what I am seeing. I am disgusted. I am like, what the fuck? And he's sitting, their car is parked all over here. He's just throwing cans of food, fruit, whatever. This shit can hit people's cars. He is not giving a fuck. He does not give one iota of a fuck about what he's doing. And not knowing that other people are seeing him, or maybe he doesn't, he just didn't give a shit. So I stopped trying to call him and I just look at this situation and I'm just like, boom, like enlightened in a way that, like, what the fuck is going on here? And initially I didn't want to give him money. And usually I feel guilty about that. I have reasons behind, I usually don't have a reason behind it, but there's sometimes I just don't feel right giving someone money. And this time I was going to go against it because I felt something was pushing me towards it. And I was like, let me get it. And I feel like this was meant for me to see. That you go with your feelings and your emotions. Like, there are times that you don't go against it. Believe in them and trust in them. This is showing me that it is okay that I can't help everybody. There are reasons why I can't help everybody and shouldn't help everybody. Because obviously this man has something wrong in his spirit and his self that he was doing this. If someone's going to give you food and you want money, say no thank you. They can eat that food themselves or give it to someone else. And I know this man is probably never going to fucking see this video, but that is so crazy to me that you would do something like that. I've had people come up to me and say they want money for fucking drugs or liquor or something. And I'm like, you know what? Here. Do what you're gonna do. Like, whatever. But they were honest. You know what I mean? And I don't support any of that. But, I mean, I'd get my drink on. But, who am I to tell you about your situation and how you choose to deal with it? That is up to you. Not everybody is homeless because they won't get a job or they're lazy or whatever. Sometimes people's situations just real fucked up, and it's not up to me to judge your situation in a way that like I am someone who can. Like, I'm not. I can have my opinion about your situation, but I cannot judge your situation because I don't know all the facts. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel guilt when I don't give people, because I'm assuming what their situation is, or I just have a feeling or whatever. And I'm very intuitive with things. So when I feel like that, I usually go with it. But like I said, I had the second feeling to go see and talk to him and give him this little bit of money. And it wasn't actually to give him the money. That was just I'm paying you to listen to me. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm gonna say something to you. You might not want to hear it, but I'm gonna say it. And here's this $2, so you'll listen. Whether you learn something or not is up to you. But I'm gonna do this. And then to see that, I was just like, wow. And like, you just don't judge people's situations because you never know. So like, my lesson is learned. Like, that's the reason like this video is gonna be called Lesson Learned, because I saw what was happening. Like, I went against my feeling of what to do, and I saw why I went, like, why my initial feeling was that. Why I didn't want to give this man this money. Not just because he stuck his head in my car or whatever the case may be, but because it just wasn't right. This is full circle. My roommate had, I was in the house, whatever. I was gonna do laundry. Every time I had seen her that week, she was in the house either here with friends or whatever, watching TV, eating, whatever, just hanging around. And so I'm like, whatever, like, that's not a problem. So one day I go to do laundry. I had been crazy busy. I've been working like crazy hours and whatever. And I was going to go do laundry, and she was like, going to go do laundry or whatever. And she's like, I'm going to need the laundry all day. And I'm like, you've been here, like, it wasn't all week, actually. I'm lying. It was all weekend. So like from a Friday to a Sunday or whatever. I was like, okay, so I think it was a Sunday when she wanted to do laundry and I wanted to do laundry. I need to get stuff clean because I didn't have anything clean, and I needed to clean some stuff. And I was like, okay, how long are you gonna be in the with the laundry? Because I want to do some stuff, and I was planning on doing laundry. And obviously, I didn't tell her this, so she didn't know in advance, but I was gonna do it. So, because I had assumed being the key word, that if she had needed to do laundry or anything, she was here, she could have done it. If anyone, I live with more than one person. If anyone had needed to do laundry, they could have done it while I wasn't here. You know, so it was all free and open and whatever. So when she went to go do laundry, and I'm like, how are you gonna, like, what are you gonna, like, how long are you gonna be or whatever? And she's like, I'm gonna be all day. I got like tons of laundry to do. And I'm like, I immediately like flipped. I didn't flip out, but I immediately like was like, you've been here all week doing nothing, all weekend doing nothing. Why didn't you do laundry then? So I'm like, can we come to a compromise or something? Like, you do a load, I do a load, whatever. Um, and she decided she actually didn't do laundry. I guess I upset her or whatever the case may be. Fast forward a couple days, and I find out that she had gotten a new job or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I didn't know this. A second job, I didn't know this, and was working like all the time. And it just so happened that anytime she was home, I was home. So in my view, whenever she was here, like, she had been there all day because I wasn't here all day. I didn't see you. I didn't know what was going on. You know, that was my assumption once again, being the key word. And so I was like, oh, I didn't know you got a job, another job. She's like, yeah, that's why I was so mad the day you told me. She's like, I started last week. Because this was the following Saturday, and I was like, oh, you're working on a Saturday or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I got a new job or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So she's like, yeah, I've been working for a week there. And I was like, oh. She was like, that's why I was so mad when you were saying, like, you said I had all this free time to do laundry and I really didn't, and whatever. And I was like, oh, I apologize. I actually apologized. Rewind. I apologized that evening about my reaction about the laundry because I realized it was a bit extra. I was tired. I was hungry. I knew what I needed to do, and I wasn't really fucking too much worried about what anybody else needed to do. You know what I mean? And everybody has those moments. So when she said that, I was just like, oh, like I was sorry about my attitude before, but I still felt like you was here. You could have fucking did your shit. Lo and behold, she was not here the whole time. Anytime I was out, she was out. She just happened to make it home before me, sat down to rest, and didn't have time to do laundry. You know what I mean? But every time I came in, she was chilling with friends or whatever. Like maybe they had just come. I don't know, but I'm assuming I know somebody's situation and I don't. And that brought me full circle around, like to this situation. I'm telling this man, or I was gonna tell this man because I never spoke to him. Don't assume you know someone's situation when you don't. And then I'm doing the same thing, assuming I know someone's situation. I don't have all the fucking facts. So that was a full circle moment for me. And I know this video is long as fucking hell. I hope you guys were able to follow. I'm not gonna edit it too much because it's long as hell, and I don't really feel like editing. I just wanted to post it and get it out there. So that is my lesson learned. I am so cool. I love you people. You people are fucking amazing. Sending out much love to you, and I thank you for all the support. Keep your eyes open for everything that's coming up. I'm working on a website for my custom designs, artwork, clothing, so on and so forth. See, look, there's a shirt right there. See that I worked on. So much other stuff. So I'm gonna cut this off because I don't want the video to be too long. A new YouTube channel that I'm gonna be doing that I'm so excited about. That's gonna be about male grooming, so on and so forth. That I've been talking about for a while now, and I'm actually going into the steps of doing it. And I'm gonna have contests, and I'm just gonna do all types of shit. So anyway, I love you guys. You guys are awesome, and see you soon. Later.